We are all here from Godrej Industries. Shreya, you have met, and we're very happy to be here. We're very happy to be co-sponsoring one of the tracks with our friend Nidhi Goyal from Rising Flame, the United Nations, and so many other wonderful collaborators especially on workplace inclusion of persons with disabilities across India, including the government, including other companies, including some amazing NGOs who are working on how to empower and include persons with disabilities and mainstream in the workforce as well. So very happy to be talking to all of you here. Happy to answer any questions you have about what we do at Godrej, to share, but we're also here to learn actually from everyone all around. Our aim is to make Godrej Industries Group not just India's but one of the world's most inclusive organizations for everyone, for persons with disabilities, for women, for LGBTQI citizens, for everyone. So everything we are doing is in that effort. To give you some numbers, as of this year, across our 6 Godrej Industries Group companies, we have about 300 persons with disabilities who are declared. There might be so many who are not sharing that, but about 300 have shared. Just like we have about 300 LGBTQI people who are sharing that. There might be so many more who are choosing not to share. Our aim is to have, obviously more than 1,000, and then really create an atmosphere, a space for other companies to also do the same. And we really think that, and we were talking about this in our seminar as well, the whole idea of a Viksit Bharat has to be inclusive. It has to take everyone along, which is everyone, women, persons with disabilities, everyone. And actually we're excited to be in Goa where the Chief Minister, all the ministers, everyone is so enthusiastic and supports PWD inclusion in such a big way. So we're very, very grateful for that. Yeah,
absolutely. So we are very excited, and last evening we got this award for inclusion of a person with disabilities at the workplace. It's called Diverse certificate. We got the best rating in that. So that is the result of like all that we do at the company, like how we make our workplace accessible, not just the head office but the branch offices too. How we go beyond the policy to support people to better at work, what accommodation they will be needing, and we acknowledge it that disability is just like a support. If we provide the support, then there is no barriers in that, and they can be just good as any other able-bodied person. So pretty excited to be here. We're learning a lot of things with the folks cohorts. So
Maharaj from Godrej Capital, for example, which is now building, all new offices are being built fully accessible. It means ramp, all accessible washrooms, all the software, all the tactile flooring, all the software that anyone will need to succeed in the same way as a person without disability succeeds. Like that, there are other businesses. Pritam, who you will see when he finishes his panel, is working at Godrej Consumer Products, which has built a fully accessible new factory in Tamil Nadu. So right from how we build our offices to our products to our services to hiring, we're trying on every dimension to be inclusive. Even to product, for example, we have Godrej Properties, which is another of our companies, which is making homes from accessible design to basic things like having grab bars in every bathroom, for example, the size of the door for a wheelchair to come in. We're thinking about everything across all these dimensions to be accessible in our product offering also. So yeah, it's great fun. We're very happy to answer any questions you have, to chat with you. We actually make an annual report if you want to see. It's very heavy. This is so much work that we do across our business in being inclusive. You can see we do 200 pages of work, and it's not really small size. It's not big size, like proper.
And these are the only key things that we have mentioned.
Yeah. We do lots of work across Godrej, and every year I think we are the only company which takes out our DI report and shares it with the world. So all our numbers, all our efforts, we put it for the general public. It is available on our website. We say please copy us, because we want others to copy us and do more. So that's it.
What does DEI stand for?
Diversity, equity and inclusion. Yeah. You know the difference? You know the difference? What is diversity?
Diversity.
You tell me.
Diversity is everything, all inclusive.
Correct. No. Diversity is having representation. Means I have. So if I want to hire women, if you are working, say if you are a woman and you're working, then if I hire you, I'm diverse. But inclusion is how are they feeling? How are the people who are included feeling? Do they feel that they belong? Is the infrastructure correct? Is the support correct? And what is that is inclusion? What is E? Equity. You tell.
A stake.
What does that mean?
A stake.
No, not that equity. That's stop.
Not shares ka equity.
Not
This
shares.
wala equity. Equity means giving everyone equal opportunity.
Yeah, in terms of opportunity. That's
Yeah, in terms of opportunity and also like something which what a person needs some additional support. Let's give you an example. Women in a workforce have been discriminated for so long, and the infrastructure that we have in a country is not equitable. So giving something extra to make sure that women feel included, person with disability feel included, folks from LGBTQ included, is the equity. And equity can be in terms of like building a ramp. That's one example of equity. Building a policy which supports a person with disabilities, which supports transgender people, which supports women. Another example I give you on equity, very basic example, is a paternity leave and maternity leave, right? But दोनों का difference होता है leave में. One is like for 2 months, other is like 6 months to 9 months, right? Why both of are not same? Because the need is different. So we provide support as per the need. That's the equity.
And this is Pritam, our colleague who has just finished a very intense discussion up. But Pritam, these are friends from the Goa media. We just told them about Godrej, about the numbers, about what DEI means, about what equity means, about all the different things we're doing in all the group companies. So yeah.
So I wanted to ask that, see, Godrej, you said that you all have a very inclusive policy. You all take everybody. Okay, but what are the challenges of appointing more PWDs? What are the challenges? Like right now you have 300 people. In increasing, you want to increase, and what are the challenges in coming the way of?
From my point, there is no challenge in the PWD talent. The challenge, the mindsets of the persons without disabilities. My challenge is the people who are without disabilities have all these assumptions. So it's very funny. So so that is my challenge. Is there's amazing talent, but why don't we ask it Pritam?
Is it easy getting the right talent, like for companies from PWD segment?
So I can take this one. So in the past, when I was interviewing with other companies, right, I was quite keen on a marketing role, and every time I would go and interview, people would be like, but you do understand marketing, right? There are visual campaigns to be approved. There is a lot of travel. There's a lot of going to shops, meeting shopkeepers, meeting consumers, going to their homes, noticing what kind of products they are using, how they are using them. But I was always confident that more or less many of these things I will be able to do if given the right environment. And the thing is, I've been a brand manager for about a year in Godrej now, and I will acknowledge there are things I can't do. But the thing is, I have an honest conversation with my department head, with my manager, and we figure out. And honestly, a lot of this visual work is hardly 5 to 10% of the work I do. And ultimately, while I take the decisions, there are people who help me interpret this information for me. And of course, I'm happy to say that I travel on my own. I visit. I have decent enough relationships with shopkeepers, with our field force. I talk to them. I visit consumers, understand what kind of products they use. And honestly, once you go there and you sit down and you start talking and you start asking questions, your consumers or shopkeepers don't think about the disability. They think about what they need to tell you and what you need to feel. So I haven't found it to be as much a barrier. Of course it is, but we sit together, we communicate, we figure out creative solutions to get things in.
So was it difficult getting a job in Godrej with your background?
See, it is difficult in the sense that a high-paying job with responsibility is difficult for anyone. So I would say it has been difficult in that sense. It's been a learning experience. But then that level of difficulty would be there for anyone because they've taken a challenging role and they want to perform. Specific to my disability, I think Godrej has been exceptionally accommodating. All the disability-related help, all the aids I think I've received. And at least from that aspect, I don't think it has been a challenge.
I can tell you that there were companies in Godrej that were fighting to hire Preetham. We did fastest finger first. See, the thing is now we have to change this attitude of is it difficult, is it not. The reality today is that persons with disabilities are talent. The difficulty is in companies wanting to getting the talent. So for Preetham, or JCPL got Preetham, but Godrej Properties or other company was also bidding for him. The difficulty is for the company is to get the talent. The difficulty is not for the employee. I mean, it's 2025. The world has changed. In today's world, persons with disabilities are talent. And the onus is on the companies to attract, to retain, to continue to. And all the talent is like, this is the talent.
Although I don't know about the bidding war, that is
behind the scenes. That is behind the scenes. But yeah, tomorrow we won't let him. We try our best to retain. But tomorrow Preetham goes on the market. There'll be a line of 10 companies lining up saying, come to us.
I'm not going anywhere.
No. But so our challenge is to create an amazing environment and give great opportunities that Preetham continues to flourish to bring the talent to Godrej. I mean, that is the thing now. So in 2025, personal disabilities are like the great opportunity.
One thing these the other companies, how they're seeing disability inclusion is they are seeing it from a very charity lens.
Other companies. Not us. We are
not us. So why it is difficult for them to build a representation of a person with disability for them? Because they think it as a charity, not as a business case. How we have operated, we have removed the barriers. So for example, a person with visual impairment with text-to-speech software can function as good as any person with a sight. So when you remove such barriers, there is no challenge that you will be facing. You need to understand for what role you are hiring a person, what skill set you need for that need for this particular job.
Yeah.
Pamitji, you have described that Godrej is doing a lot of work and coming up with a lot of these products. What will be the way forward coming up maybe next year? What are the future targets? What more work has to be done?
Oh, so much more. We have just started little bit. I think we have started good in terms of representation, but we are still a small percentage. I think 300 is a nice number, but I'll be happy with 2,000. You know what I mean? 300 is still not enough. I think we should be talking in thousands, because the truth is, persons with disabilities are, depending on what number you take, anywhere between 3 to like 15%, right? There's data out there. So we should be in the same number in terms of workforce. So I want to see many more. So the path ahead is many more people working. The path ahead is many more products being co-created. If Preetham has time, he'll tell you about a smell lab that he's experimenting with, for example. There are so many other things which are happening across group companies, in products, in services. Godrej Capital, where Myra is doing specific products for different groups. For example, for women, they have a specific business loan. For LGBTQ couples, they have specific products. So like that, the future is in designing products for various communities to serve. The future is in seeing all our communities in our ads, in our stories and everything. Why is it that most ads have able-bodied people? We want to see persons with disabilities in every ad, in every brochure, in every set. Godrej Properties, which is another group companies, when they do model sites, you know, when you buy a house, they show you one building and they show you people. So in that, Godrej Properties, the design renders and the models all have personal disabilities as little toys and dolls. And that's beautiful, right? Because when you are buying a house, you want to see yourself living in that complex. So if you think a company has thought of representing in the model, obviously they will make houses which are, you know, PWD and accessible, more inclusive and so on, right? So the future is in product, the future is in communication, the future is, I mean, we want a purple future. And there's no reason why we shouldn't have it. So yeah.
But one thing is, the more employees with disabilities we bring in, the better you'll cater to consumers with disabilities. And we know that up to 15% of the population identifies with a disability. So the way we look at it in Godrej consumer products is that we move beyond just feminism. We have people with disabilities represented all across. So say our manufacturing site, we have a manufacturing site that recently came up in Chengalpattu in Tamil Nadu. We've made commitments to hire 5% PWD and it's very much on track. So this is significant because it's designed from the ground up to be inclusive. The workstations are designed specifically so that they can have people with disabilities, and it actually works really well. So the smell experiment that Parmesh mentioned, we are trying to see if visually impaired people who have a sensitivity, a certain higher sensitivity towards smell, can actually help us in our R&D labs develop better fragrances for our various products. So imagine this, R&D helps develop those better fragrances for our various products. We have inclusive manufacturing which builds them. We have inclusive HO, head office teams, including marketing where I work. And we will have an inclusive sales force that goes and sells these products to consumers with disabilities. Honestly, I think that's the future and that's something I'm very excited about.